Listen carefully, student. Another vital topic: the process of abolition in France. One of the most revolutionary reforms of Jacobin was the abolition of slavery in French colonies. And throughout the 18th century, there was little criticism of slavery in France. The National Assembly held a long debate on rights of men and whether they should be extended to all French subjects, including those in French colonies. It did not pass any law fearing opposition from business whose incomes depend on slave trade. In 1794, it was finally the convention which legislated to free all slaves in French overseas possessions.
Sold to the plantation owners in the colonies, and the voyage usually took them 3 months at a stretch. In return, products from the plantations such as sugar, coffee, and tobacco would be carried back to Europe. These trading activities greatly contributed to the economic prosperity of Europe. Now, as we have already discussed about the rise of the middle class in France in our earlier topics, we should also remember that slave trade was one of the flourishing trading activities that made its rise possible. So the revolutionaries were now faced with the dilemma of either abolishing an important factor that contributed to their rise or end up compromising on the values which they had been fighting for. During the time of the National Assembly, long debates were held on this issue, primarily focusing on whether the rights of men should be extended to all, including those settling in the French colonies. Unfortunately, they could not make much progress because of their fear of opposition from the merchants or businessmen whose incomes were made out of this trade. But the much sought after progress came with the National Convention under the Jacobins. Though notoriously popular for his reign of terror, Maximilien Robespierre was a strong advocate of abolishing slavery both in France and the colonies. Thus, he played a pivotal role in 1794 when the National Convention legislated to free all slaves in the French colonies.